Today, I wanted to talk about a game called WarHaven. Wow, this game is different. It kind of combines For Honor and Immortal. I wanted to talk about some of the fixes I think they could make, and some of the ways I think they can improve certain characters. First, let me talk about the gameplay. The gameplay is decent at best. It's not bad, it's just not great. The hitboxes in many occasions don't work, and for some characters they tend to miss their shots because of how the hitboxes are placed or how badly they are designed. The next piece under gameplay that I want to talk about is input lag or server lag. I don't know if in this case there is a difference, but I have had many instances where trying to attack an enemy has left me not attacking or not doing anything with my character. Like, for example, I play with PC, so when I right-click on my mouse to block, sometimes it doesn't register my block. There are other times where when I go to attack, the character doesn't attack, or the character does a completely different movement from the attack I was intentionally trying to do. Ways I think both of these two issues can be solved are one with the way the hitboxes work. They can do an auto-aim system or a lock-on-aim system so that you select a target, and I know many players won't like this, but this would help them be able to create a game that is easier on console players, but not just that. The only other fix is to fix their hitboxes and the way they work with the weapons. Now, for the input lag, or the server lag, whichever one it may be, for inputs to be registered, it seems like every time I get into a game I have high ping, and normally in most games I don't. So I think what this could just be a server issue, along with the way they've coded the inputs into their game. I don't know how all this works, but I do believe that the response from clicking to doing an action should be quicker for obviously some characters and others. But also in a general sense, when you click it should do that action. There shouldn't be cancel movement because the game is too fast-paced for a cancel attack to stop a movement, and I feel like that is part of what makes it feel as if your character isn't attacking. Next, I want to talk about some of the ways I think they can improve certain characters. Blade seems too overpowered in the current early access. I think Blade should be an all-around character, which many people believe he already is, but I do believe he attacks too fast for one, having such a large weapon, and two, compared to Hush and Smoke. It seems like every character but Warhammer and Guardian attack at the same rate of speed. I've had issues playing with Hush because my attacks aren't quick enough for a fantasy rogue or assassin. As it stands, Hush is probably the most divisive character in the roster due to how badly she feels to play. But in the hands of a competent player, she can easily kill an entire squad of players. This can mostly be attributed to the Sandstorm and Tenacious Scorpion Tail, which drastically changes how she feels to play. Sandstorm can kill multiple players from behind, or can confirm kills against multiple players due to the stun. Most of the frustration players face can come from the lack of knowledge. That Sandstorm at full charge creates a situation where there's no meaningful way to play around it. Though currently, she is outranged by every character on the roster with no innate traits to make up for it. If she is able to feel more fair to play against any of the characters, then you would need to either slightly buff her range or buff her stagger speed so she can fulfill that agile role of assassin. Though looking at Blade, there are a lot of people who see that Blade is too overpowered. Like some of the people in the WarHaven Discord have said, Blade is for sure the strongest. His range, combined with his fast attack speed, is super broken. He also has 2 guard breaks, and that's really broken. Sure, Warhammer hits pretty hard, but he also needs to charge his attack for a long time. His normal attacks are very slow, so just watch out in team fights for Warhammer in the backline because the charge up really hurts most characters if you're not blocking. Smoke is a great overall character right now. I haven't had any issues going up against the Smoke. They have great speed and low attack power. I haven't had too many issues running into a Smoke other than occasionally I'm low health and the Smoke kills me, and I haven't realized it. Warhammer and Guardian, I believe. As of right now, I can't deterministically say whether they're overpowered or not. I haven't had too many issues facing off against Warhammer or against Guardian where they feel too overpowered. I do feel as though Guardian and Warhammer have the same speed for attack, which currently, I think Guardian should do less damage and a little bit quicker attack. The reason I believe this is his weapon is not as big as Warhammer's, and he would be able to swing it quicker due to it being not as big. Now that doesn't mean he should be able to swing his weapon as fast as Blade or Hush, just a little bit faster, so he would be able to compete against a Warhammer, though he is doing less damage in a 1v1. For Warhammer, I think his charge should be reworked so that it fits better into the playstyle of someone forcing into battle and taking a decent bit of damage. Obviously, I think Guardians should take more damage than Warhammer, because he has a shield and an entire set of armor, but in this case, Warhammer should be able to take close to as much damage as Guardian. Think of Overwatch for a minute, Diva versus Reinhardt. Diva can shoot faster, but Reinhardt does more damage. They're both equally good tanks, but they have different skills and abilities that make them unique in their role. To retouch on Hush and Smoke, Hush should definitely get a bit more movement speed, and Smoke is already fairly quick. Because of her dash, Smoke can dash in any direction, which is good for her. So I think adding that extra speed to Hush, while keeping the fact that Hush cannot dash in any direction, this will help Hush be more of assassin. And Smoke should definitely get a debuff on her attack damage, and a slight increase to her attack speed because she is using a light staff. And I just want to pause there for a second because there's a lot of people saying in the WarHaven Discord and on reviews of the game, and these people are gatekeeping the game. They are saying that it's not meant to be played this way and all these other things. The game's fun. They just need to fix some issues. Don't gatekeep and say people are wrong for giving their opinion. People are just trying to make it overall a better game with their opinion in mind, because the developers are obviously going to look at people's opinions. So don't gatekeep the game and say that one character is not broken because you're good with that character, or that people suck with that character, so they're mad about it. That's not what's happening. What's happening is you have characters who in a fantasy world would not be able to swing a sword faster than someone with a dagger. I think that the community for this game can be a great community, and this game itself can be a great game, but I do believe that a lot of the community right now wants things the way they are, so that the devs just release the game as is, which in turn will destroy the way the game is seen in the future. I've been playing video games for over 15 years, and I've seen this happen many times from indie devs to triple A tittles, where people give their opinions and it ruins the game for other people, but I've also seen people join together to ruin the game for people who actually enjoy the game.
Let's try something new.
Just keep in mind, these are only my opinions, and some of the opinions from people in the Discord for WarHaven. I'm not badgering anybody or saying someone's bad for playing a certain character. I'm just saying that the game needs tweaks, and it can be a great game. So thank you for watching, and I hope that this gives you some insight to how other people are seeing the game, including myself, and how we should all look at how the game is currently being played, and maybe request that a few things be changed.
Press onward. Our foes are here. Enemy down. Magic itself. Leave no survivors.
The enemy has the advantage.
Who's up next?
You must push back the enemy. Must push back the enemy.
I'm bringing you back. Over here. I am the flame.
We have lost the battle, but not the war.